But when I saw that, I was like, okay, we'll go to TaShon and so forth and get.
It was very interesting.
Yeah. So y'all done with the holidays?
I'm done. I'm done with the holidays. I'm done with the cold weather.
Listen, now let me give a shout out to God. I love Jesus. The one thing we can't complain about is the weather. Because last week we had spring, summer. We had winter. We had a freezing winter.
My pipes butt. So I'm still dealing with the winter.
Yeah, like
and I'm sitting there looking like, who left the garage door open?
The apartment building, the third floor flooded, and so there's nobody in the second floor, so it didn't come on down. But everybody's pipes, I thank God that our pipes did not flood.
And you can tell the plumbers knew everybody. Hey, listen, they were like, listen, I can put you on hold right now.
And they did. I was like, you know what? Look, we ain't got no issues or whatever. So I mean, like literally, it was summer, spring. And it was like a winter, and then we back up, you know.
It's kind of like we TV dinners.
Yeah. Then it was tornado weather. The other day it was tornado, you know. So hey, but you know what? Thank you, Jesus. We did. We had one coming through Cobb County. Yeah, okay. It was a tornado warning, but I think I'm not sure if anything touched down.
I saw something.
We had surrounding counties. We had surrounding counties around our area that had it, but we just got rain in the mud.
Yeah, we got the rain and all of that, thunderstorm. So, but you know what? I am not complaining. That is one thing I am not complaining about is the weather, because I thank God that I am living to feel all 4 seasons in one day. But y'all gonna wear these. I'm gonna wear these UGG boots today. Y'all gonna see these UGG boots. And I wore them UGG boots all last week, and I was like, I don't know. And then I got hot. We were like, okay, do we need to turn on the air?
Now the chicks with the Uggs, the boots with the fur, do they take them off when they get a certain temperature?
I don't take mine off. I paid $100-some. Y'all gonna see these throughout the winter time. Okay. Y'all gonna be like, well, dang, how many pairs? These one pairs.
It done got to 72. She still got them boots.
I got them boots on that said it's winter time. That's what I'm gonna wear. These were my first pair of Uggs last year, and they were $100. And then that was a sale, $100 and something. That was a sale. I was like, a what? I'm like,
the boots cute, but the price ugly.
Yeah. So y'all gonna see me.
See y'all complaining, but dudes, we used to paying at least a bill or two for 10. I mean, it's what it is. Men tennis shoes are expensive.
Yeah, they are. I don't.
I'm cheap. Oh.
But you know what? I don't play with the feet now. I'm not cheap on my shoes because I do understand the value of wearing good shoes. You know, I have flat feet, so I have to wear. But these boots, they're not really good for my arch. I don't have an arch. They're not really good, but y'all gonna see me in them. So it might be 80 degrees next week. Y'all gonna see me in them.
I have an arch. That's my issue. And my foot is semi-wide. So I have that issue of because they make shoes narrow.
Right.
Now, more than anything. So I have to find something that molds around my foot.
Really? And so I have flat feet, so they just like pancake flat, and it's like no arch.
You have to know your shoe though.
Yeah.
No, I mean you have to know what brands are for you. Every brand ain't for you.
No. And as the flat footer and
like
bad
Nike
feet.
for me, Nike not
Nike's not good for you. Really? Nike's so far okay. Anything with a good arch for me it'll do. I used to have to wear special shoes when I was little. And don't laugh. I know you want to laugh. That's okay. I'm gonna post my shoes that I used to have to wear.
You had one high heel, did you?
I had the brackets.
Yeah, my brother had those.
Yeah, on my laugh if you want to.
My
mama done paid.
She had the Forrest Gumps on.
I did. I had the Forrest Gumps because my ankles were. Listen, I'm gonna tell you.
Look at her shoes.
Our house got broken into, right? I swear. You can ask the family a true story.
Who came and stole the shoes?
The people with the back, right? My them, they got us on now, you know. And while we were waiting on the police officer, my mama went back into the house to get my shoes. She said, my baby shoes in there. We paid a lot of money. She got her special shoes. So my aunt said, she said, Caroline, no, nobody want the ugly shoes.
Thank God for Caroline saving you.
I was hoping somebody would steal them shoes because I had to wear those shoes every day with my dresses every day, and I got made fun of every day with those shoes.
But it made you stronger.
No, and I was determined. I was like, I'm not wearing these ugly shoes no more. And my grandmother said, she said, "You gonna pay for it?" I was like, "My dear, these shoes, y'all don't understand. They ugly. They were like big boats. They were still, like the Buster Brown shoes. So Buster Brown made right?
They did.
Yeah, so I had to get a special order. Stop laughing. They were
the snap buttons at
they had the steel toe,
and then you had the little bracket on the side.
I did. I had to get a special order, so orthopedic shoes and everything, and I had to wear them shoes for the first 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Did your shoes click or clack?
You know what?
I'm sorry. Tank, I am not going to hit for you.
I'm like.
So as a child, you didn't get to run across the playground.
No, I didn't. That's one reason why I don't run. That's probably the reason why I don't run. Because I couldn't really run. They heavy. Those shoes were heavy. And then with the little brace. So my brace didn't go all the way up my leg. It just went up my ankle, right? Because my ankles will fall. So my mom tried to make it cute, put my stockings over. Over.
Get the little ruffle socks.
Yeah. Try to keep them. Make me cute with my little ruffle dresses and like you said, the ruffle socks and whatnot. But everybody knew I still had these braces. When she went back in the house,
strapped around the ankle.
Yeah, like that's really gonna help me. Like my hair and everything done. You can look at me, then boom, get down to my feet. And then when I got to middle school, I had to. So they call themselves changing them up, right? So they gave me the black and white. Y'all remember the Oxfords that back in the 50s that they used to wear? So of course they were like, oh, this is a new style. Now this is like 80s, right? So you can wear these. They were still big, bulky, black and white steel toes. I had to walk around middle school campus. Y'all know middle school is hell. So I'm traumatized. I've been in therapy about that too. So, I'm done. So y'all gonna see me in these Uggs. No brace or nothing.
Oh, Lord.
We talking about the day boss.
Yeah. Oh, don't try to because I'm getting on you. You laughed at me in my shoes. That's okay though. That's okay.
Could you dance it? Could you dance it?
See?
They were heavy, Tank. I couldn't do nothing but
You
walk.
did that two-step.
I tried to ask you. You talked about
You did the same old two-step, didn't you?
You know what?
Save myself.
Listen, welcome y'all to TMR. It is a brand new year. We are back in the studio. We had a little technical. See, y'all got me off. I done had a flashback because my mama went back in the house to get them shoes, and the police officer kept trying to tell her. They were like, "Ma'am, we haven't secured the premises yet. Just wait until we can let you back in." She's like, somebody gonna steal my baby's shoes." Mom was like, "Don't nobody want them shoes. Karen Ann, stop."
Those shoes came with security.
Literally, you can beat somebody in the head with them and be done. But she went back in the house. That's a mama for you. And she got my shoes, and I was like, "Yeah."
Then she graduated to with black and white.
Yeah.
I still had installments on the shoes, girl. Let them shoes go.
Those shoes cost a lot of money. So listen, we are live in the studio. What time is it? I don't know. We all off this morning on the thing, but it ain't. It's 10:28. Okay, so we got our we got our schedule and whatnot. So we's official. So listen, I got my buddies in the building with me. It's so good to have you all in the same room, and I appreciate it. We gonna do this thing for 2023 and so forth. Y'all need to talk. Are we going to a music break, or we gonna keep what you want us to do?
No. Music break at what, 45?
Oh, I don't know.
No, 25. I'm sorry.
It's 25.
Yeah. I just go on quick music break.
Okay, so we're gonna do a quick music break, y'all. And when we get back, we're gonna get into this discussion because I got something for the fellas today. It's all about them today. It's a TMR day. I got something for y'all. Y'all ready? I told y'all.
Always want us to do something.
I know. That's part of them duties.
Keep you out of trouble.
Huh?
Keep them out of trouble.
That's it. So
we are trouble.
Yeah, y'all are. Yeah. So listen, stay locked into 101TKRadio.com. We'll be right back after this music break.
the after effect I always give me.
Okay. What'd you say?
The after effect I always give me.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was like, listen. So when we come back, we'll go back up. Well, not really. We keep it on. I'm introduced. I can't show you all the questions I got for y'all.
Oh, Lord.
I got the questions. Yes, I got some questions.
Oh, they secret questions?
Huh?
They secret questions? You can't show
Yeah,
them?
I'm not showing y'all.
we gonna cheat if we see them early?
Yeah.
How we gonna Google the answer?
We're just gonna do one song and come in.
Okay. So after this one comes
We're gonna have to Google the answer.
But I do want to go back and get my brow.
Okay.
Y'all see the 6-year-old that shot the teacher? Intentionally.
The 6-year-old.
6-year-old got to school, shot the teacher. She in critical condition because he was mad. 6 years old.
They trying to figure out how the gun got in school.
Oh, they might charge their parents.
Oh yeah, I hate to say it, but that's what ended up happening.
Because there's no way in the world that baby should have brought a gun. But that's why I keep trying to tell you, these kids are smart. You can't.
Ain't they?
You can't
get them look at 3 months old. Get them look. It was an iPad. And look what happened.
And you shot the
Even
teacher.
if like we were saying as well.
It's the intent that these kids are doing it with. It's grown intent.
Yes, but my thing is, it's
these some donuts if y'all want some.
they munchies.
Yeah.
Munchkins.
Munchkins.
Mm-hmm. And the blueberries in them.
I'm not sure. I just had my
crap, what's the word?
Assorted.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, intentionally.
My partner when I need it.
That's scary.
Hey, bro, man, I got you, dog.
So
I got you, dog.
And you
Black men, we not shooting. We men sticking together now. It's on national TV. We ain't afraid to say we love each other now. Hey, bro.
Love you, man. You too, Nelson. Love you, bro.
Then,
yes. See? Dang, Nelson.
What happened?
I told you I love you, man. You hear me, bro.
What happened?
Nothing. We just saying that we in together. You know what I'm saying? We got each other back, bro. Oh, Lord, really? You all right, Nelson?
What's it now?
You all right?
So I gotta find a sound for the brow. Several people gonna get the brow, but today one person gonna get the brow. The brow is the parent who says that Baltimore City Schools failed her son after 4 years. Now let me tell you this as an educator. You know, I'm an advocate of educators, and I'm an advocate, and I know when wrong is wrong, wrong is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I posted.
Mm-hmm.
both of them, she's going to need a good lawyer,
very
good attorney.
Very good.
And the school will need a good attorney because the school is at fault as well. Because my thing is, this baby got 200 and some absences, right, in tardies. So the brow goes to both of them because after your first 5 to 10 days of unexcused absences,
They should have came.
the social worker was supposed to put in first of all, the teacher was supposed to put in your attendance clerk because it's high school, right?
Yep.
So it's gonna log in. You see a red flag after 3 days. If the parent doesn't call in, it's gonna flag.
Yep.
Okay, y'all need to call this parent. 250 some days absence.
I had a whole vacation.
Okay, 272.
Yes.
That's worse.
That's the whole school.
That's the whole school. Right. It's only
It's
180
only
days.
365 days
In the school
a year.
Right.
And then he missed 270 days of school.
Yes.
That don't even count.
That's
Right.
over. It's over a year.
But then you want to get on and you somebody done told you, girl, you got a lawsuit, this, that, and another. You're right. You do have a lawsuit. There is going to be a lawsuit. She got to get her a good attorney. She will have a lawsuit. But you're not going to sit here and tell me out of 4 years, because you get about, how many progress reports? About 3 or 4 in a year.
They're 4 in 1 year.
So your first progress report, the boy was failing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you gonna tell me from 9th grade to 12th, you done told everybody, you done bought all that graduation stuff. You done told everybody to come on to graduate.
Yep.
You knew good and doggone well. Now you want to be all upset, and you probably went up there to the school. Ain't nobody called me. You a lie. You a lie.
Come on now.
You working 3 jobs. First of all, I'm sorry that you had to work 3 jobs. That is, I'm so sorry that you had to do that. But now you got 2, 3 other kids, so are they gonna be in the same boat?
I'm pretty sure they already are.
There may be a chance.
She
that there
knew
is
Now,
one.
from my understanding, this case was during the pandemic. So, but even with the pandemic, with virtual teaching, you still got to log on, and the teacher still has to report that. So, the brow goes to both the parent and the school, because again, the school's gonna have to get a good attorney, and they're gonna have to prove that we did contact her, we did send her letters, we did the social work report referrals, all of that. Now, if the teachers don't, the teachers should have to do a civil lawsuit against the teachers or whatnot. But both of y'all get the brow. I don't understand. When I read
the other thing that was weird about that whole story was, and something we were talking about, that his whole class is underperforming.
Yeah.
And then the fact that he's the only one that's not graduating is the weirdest thing.
Right.
Everybody's underperforming.
Right.
So,
for an entire class of high school students to have a average GPA of 0.13 something.
Right.
Like,
so nobody
exactly.
Exactly. So that's why I said both the parent and the brow, because you ain't gonna tell me you just not noticing this after 4 years.
There's no way.
Wasn't he doing something else? Wasn't he working?
working his
Why is the child working and the mom already got 3 jobs?
So he was working.
Why would he be working if she got 3 jobs? She already paying all the bills.
Right.
Listen, come on now. We know it's something crazy when the mama 23, grandma 33. Ain't no guidance.
No, she don't seem like she was young like that. She was in her mid,
when you hear her talk,
No,
listen to her talk though.
No, what happened was
she was showing off for the
she was, and somebody that in the neighborhood told her, "Girl, go ahead, you can sue that school.
Yeah.
Girl, go ahead and get your lawyer. You can sue. Go to the news."
She got that hood lawyer advice.
Yeah, them folks in the neighborhood.
You know you're gonna get about 1.2.
She gonna be in for a rude awakening because that case is
that would still be at the fault of the child too, because you didn't give your information to your teacher, you didn't update your school on your mama's phone number, change of address.
Well, what they gonna do with this W2 and W4 he got that year? What they gonna do with that?
It's just so many factors. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it does not make any sense. And then at the same time, if he has a 504 plan, that again, if he needed special services and they did not service him, so it's so many factors. Like I said, the school is going to have to get a good lawyer, which they already have a lawyer, but they're going to have to do some extra work, and so is she, and it's going to cost. It's going to be a couple of years. And I wouldn't put the baby back in 9th grade. Just go ahead and get him a private tutor, and boom. They ain't checking for high school diplomas.
They can go ahead and go to
be a content creator. Go on YouTube. I mean,
we were saying that the other day too. When we go put in an application, we can put down. You can make up a school.
Like
I really go and check their records.
They don't,
especially if you're talking.
They don't.
If you're not talking about a corporate job, no, they're not going to look at your.
I don't even know. Do they do that corporate?
It depends.
Nelson, because you're in corporate, right? Do they check for high school graduate diplomas?
It just depends, I feel.
I think it depends on probably the entry level if they're hiring people who come straight from high school, but I think after a while.
They don't. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you this, in some points in corporate America, they're even suspending the drug test.
Shut the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes, indeed.
Why?
Because they know that let's be honest, this new generation of the workforce is different.
They can come on the job high and geeked up.
No. They didn't say come on the job high. We said that they have suspended the drug test for certain substances because they say they don't matter. Now, coming to the job, coming on the actual job, inebriated is still a no-no, and you're subject to be terminated.
Especially now they're legalizing marijuana now.
So I was going to say that the pharmaceutical companies
can't fire you if you.
When y'all see teachers with these coffee cups.
Hey, teacher got 2 or 3 drops in that cup.
I ain't telling on nobody. I ain't snitching. I'm just saying.
You wondering why she prancing around hollering "Let's dance."
Hey,
but the times have changed.
I mean, I can see that, and I guess after the pandemic, they probably like, you know what, we just need folks coming to work if they drunk.
And then, to be honest, the workforce is still short. There's not enough people.
And that's why I don't understand. They keep saying there ain't enough people, but they won't hire people. Because I got a lot of folks who are trying to look for jobs now, and they are very qualified.
Not giving the hours.
And they're not giving, like, they won't even call them back or whatever. And I'm like, I keep hearing that the job shortage is, is out there, but what's going on?
I've had to defend people at Belt the same way. Customers coming up and like, dang, y'all are working on a skeleton crew. You're the only person working. Everywhere I go, nobody don't want to work. No, ma'am, that is not it. We just did 3 hiring, things, and you have people in the wind waiting to be called back, but they're not giving up hours. Matter of fact, our hours been cut, especially since the holidays over with now. We went from.
But they need people. See, I don't understand it.
They got all this money.
Right.
They don't want to give up.
But it's like teachers. I mean, there's a severe teacher shortage, and every day even the subs need subs now.
I don't
understand.
It's
what
a
sub and the sub.
Yeah, the sub needs sub. So hey, I'm trying to tell y'all better get some homeschooling cohorts going on because it's out there. It's real. Ain't nobody teaching no more.
And that's dangerous right there.
Yeah, but everybody knew it coming. Saw it coming. The public just didn't want to acknowledge it. We saw it coming years ago. We kept trying to tell y'all, your kids are. We don't like y'all kids no more.
How much can we negotiate a price for private home tutoring? I got 2 girls. You're a real good teacher. I mean,
yeah, my price gonna be up there.
Okay. I work.
Hey,
it's gonna be up there.
And there's grants.
As a mother working,
to do homeschool.
Honestly, and that's why I used to tell people all the time. I was an advocate for homeschooling. We saw it years and years ago. I would tell my parents, get you invest in a good tutor or a homeschool cohort or something, because the schools, unless you're in a private school or a well area, and I hate to say it like that, if y'all putting the kids in general public education, you can forget about it. It's hard. They just gonna pass them.
You know what?
You don't have your kids, Oh, you're keeping us on time. Sorry.
That's true.
Thank you so much. So we're going to summer. You know what?
He's trying to win him some points.
That's it.
He's trying to win. But
I mean, no, that's good. That's good. Thank you so much. Keeping me on time. Men always trying to do something. They're always trying to be, But But I told y'all to step up your game, so thank you. You know.
I have to with this one though. Bruh.
I have
But
absolutely nothing to do with it.
But listen, so our guests today, my special guests today are actually it's you all, the TMR crew.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Aw, he feels so special.
The
Wow.
TMR crew.
I don't know if I need to cry.
Man, hey, bro, don't you do it?
Not
Don't
okay.
you do it?
Never let him
You
see
know.
you cry.
Don't you
I
do it?
ain't gonna be weak like that.
Oh, see, we're gonna talk about that
But you know what though?
We're gonna talk about that because I
That
need
is
to
big.
know.
That's
I need to hear it from the
Yeah.
men. I need to hear it from the men.
No longer. No longer.
No longer
No
what?
No longer are we
I
gonna
ain't
sit
gonna
there and let our
But I'm not gonna lie
masculinity.
to you.
Now, so you might need a drum roll for these questions.
No longer.
So this is the deal. So y'all know, for those who are first joining us or just joining us, the mail room. Listen, this endeavor was given to me a few years. Well, this is one of my 5th year now, and so when God placed this endeavor in my life or whatnot, He was like, "You got to listen to the men," and I'm like, "Okay, listen to the men," because I ain't like y'all. It was a period I didn't like black men. I'll just be honest.
What?
I did not like y'all.
Wait, hold on. So
My heart was about as black as these shirts against black men.
who are you?
Black men.
But that's the
And with
reason
all
why.
the hurt and the trauma that I went through with black men,
Just going back to that.
I was just like bumping. I'm
Let me
tired.
ask you this: at any point in time, did you ever think about dating?
Outside my race,
Yes.
I thought about it. And I just,
What stopped you?
what stopped me was the fact my grandmother, she said, "Don't you bring white men in this house." And she was dead serious.
So it was grandma. So if
It was
grandma hadn't said
grandmama.
nothing, you would have stepped out.
Well, probably so, because we come from a biracial family.
Okay.
So she was like, "Don't bring no white."
She said it stopped back there.
She was dead serious about it. And then I just did not. I ain't gonna say no cute white boys. There's some cute white boys. I just wasn't like. I just was not
They
attracted
weren't
to.
calling you like that.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, I don't feel like having to go through the whole explaining why I'm black, why I'm wearing a bonnet. Like I started thinking about all of that little
So
stuff.
are you on air just basically saying that they just don't understand?
Basically, I was like, I ain't got time. Like it's already bad enough, like I really did, because I really was gonna go. I knew I couldn't go to the other side. I was like, no, I don't want to go to the other side. So maybe I could date outside my race. But then I was like, you know what, bump it. I just stay by myself. But I did not like y'all. I did not like black men. After everything I had been through and after my divorce, I was like, I'm done. I'm good. I hate it. I literally was filled with hate. Like, yeah.
I feel you on that.
Like I literally was filled with hate. So in order for me to, but at the same time, I knew that I wanted to love again. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I wanted to love again because I love relationships and so forth. So when we get back, I'm going to tell y'all the reason why the show was put and why these questions come about. So stay connected to 101 TKO Radio. When we get back, I'm going to tell y'all the reason why I hated black men. I'm sorry.
And I'm a dark one too.
Yeah. I hate the dark ones. Hated the light skinned ones and the medium skinned.
I'm gonna set him on fire.
No, you in that crew too. Your complexion too. You would. I hated y'all too. So stay tuned to 101 TKO Radio in the mailroom. We'll be right back. I know, right? the mail room. Happy New Year, you guys. Happy New Year. Thank you all so much for rocking with us. So before we went on break, I was telling you all that I did not like black men anymore. Y'all just
Shots fired.
pissed me off. Like, right, you know.
Yeah,
but I knew. But I knew that I loved y'all. Like I knew, you know, I got a black daddy, black brothers, all, you know, I'm teaching with black students or whatever, but my heart was black, right? And I remember asking God, I said, God, just soften my heart, let me see the good in men. Because I always saw the good in everybody, right? But the men, I was like, oh, done. So anyhow, so as I went through my healing, and that's the reason why it took me 10 years to heal from my divorce. So, like, I didn't just jump right back out there into dating. I literally took those years to heal. So, as my healing took place, then God showed me, like, He literally blessed me with good black men in my life to show me, hey, men are going to do things. People are going to do things, no matter what color, whatever, you know. And so, when then afterwards, He blessed me with Handsome Honey. Then I was like, okay, cool. And then He was like, I need you to do a show. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not. And that's how the mailroom came about, is because of through my healing and whatnot. It was like, I need other women to understand that there are good black men out here. Like, and my cousin helped me. He's in Chicago. He actually was, he stepped in and he said, I know how you feel, cuz he said, but don't give up on us. And I was like, because I said, you know, it's, you know, he said, I know. He said, I know we can be this, that, and the other. He read like it was no sugarcoating. He said, but that's with everybody. That's with anybody. So he helped me to say, and he said, give us one more chance. And I was like, oh no, because he said, I know you want to go try something else. I said, yeah, they look a little good right now. You know, I can, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But that's how the mailroom came about, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all another chance. So, you know, and on top of that, I wanted other women to see that there is good in black men.
We grow up.
Y'all grow up. It might take y'all a little
We don't want to
long.
always hang out past 3 a.m.
You know, it might take y'all a little minute, but y'all grow up, and y'all good. So with that, we're gonna segue into running back with Mr. Takeover, and then we're gonna come back. And I got some. I want the people to know who y'all are. That's what I want to just. I got all these questions for you. And Nelson, you ain't excluded, so might as well get a mic.
You know, I like long walks in the park.
Because I want women, and especially starting this new year, y'all know I'm a certified relationship coach, and my niche is helping people build healthy relationships with themselves first, right? And it's all about your perspective. And I know all of us have had these bad experiences with black men. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, y'all are good. Y'all are good. And I want my listeners and I want my people to understand. And again, if you want to date outside, I'm not here to say, no, don't do that. Because I'm a person that whoever can make you, first of all, you make yourself happy. But whoever you can connect with and you build a great life with, that's fine. But there are so many bitter women. And on the flip side, there are so many bitter black men and bitter black women out here that have just written y'all off. So I want to, so after we do your segment, Lorraine, we're going to go into this. We're going to get in this and, you know.
You want the political answers or the
No, I want these real answers. Because we got real women out here that literally will say there ain't no good black men, period. And I've had some in my circle say, there ain't no good black men out here. All they do is cheat and all they do is use you this and I'm like, wow. And that's, you know, so what you got for us, Ron?
Well, it's funny that you say that because now I'm gonna have to run it back to Wednesdays, run it back where you know, you have the black girl train thing going on. And in the midst of all that, you know, we have the I don't know if you guys seen it. The passport bros.
The who?
Passport bros.
She said what?
What's that?
Oh wow, you ain't seen the passport bros?
On TikTok?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been on there. Well, not a lot, but I
I
just
actually like the
passport.
passport bros were before the
Really?
black girl train started.
Okay, passport bro. So tell me what they are. I'm writing down.
Okay, so they are pretty much a black male non-acknowledgement of the positive movement of black women, pretty much.
They're not positive.
It is not a positive thing whatsoever.
Really?
No. So I'm like, at some point we have to see this for what it is.
Johnny said, you don't know about the passport? No,
See,
I don't.
Told you. Take into account our point of leadership is not where it needs to be as black men.
Okay.
And I have to call us out on that situation. So it's funny that you start talking the way that you're talking, and we can be great as black men.
Right.
Absolutely.
But I would not say dating a different race is bad whatsoever.
Right.
But I will say your preference is your preference, and it should not downplay any other race included in the community
Right.
you stem from.
Right.
And in this case, we stem from a black community.
Right.
Since slavery, which that word is a very sensitive word, and people just get tired of saying it, but since slavery, black men have adopted the downplay of sisters, and to change this, we have to take ownership of doing so.
Right.
And until then, the black community will forever be disconnected.
Right.
And so, these passport bros are pretty much saying that I'm going to go to all these different countries and talk to women that I can pretty much manipulate. That and you have some of these women saying that, oh, we love the fact that these U.S. men are coming over here and giving us a green card or whatnots. And so, but it's still at the end of the day, they're being mistreated.
Wow.
And shoot me with this one in the end when we come across a video of Farrakhan and how he says that a man is not a man until he finds a woman. Now, the words and what he was speaking, regardless of seeing the whole video, you can like it.
Yeah.
I like the words, and they gave me a little understanding of. I feel that it's true because even though I finally am in a situation that I know myself still, I am not myself without mine.
Right. Right.
She just brings another level.
Absolutely.
To it, right? But still, coming from that side of the world, you still know there's some form of sit down when I tell you mentality.
Yeah.
And, we got a very nice
intense moment of
fellowship.
Yes.
Because that was, and she was understanding, like, I get what he's saying. I like it. And I liked it too, the words. But I can see past those words and understand that still they have that concept of that slave master. A woman should know her place, and her place is not telling me what I need to do. My feet, this and my, which we are great men. Yeah, you are. We have potential of being great men, and I am talking to the community, but we have to detoxify ourselves from the slave master mentality. And until we do that, like I stated, we're going to always be divided. We're going to always have women coming from us, but we're going to always be downplaying women. Until then,
Yeah.
So I hope these questions are great.
They're going to be great. Well, thank you so much. Right back to Mr. Jacob. We got to get you a sound.
Yeah.
We got to get you a sound.
I got to get the intro.
It's only unique.
Yeah. So are we taking a music break, or are we going to get right back into it?
We can take a quick music break.
So I need to go into this TikTok, the passport bros. Johnny said men are leaving the West to find a life. Wow. Yeah. Wow. But I mean.
But listen. I mean, think about it though. There's pros and cons.
Yeah.
To anything.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of these guys are doing it because, like you said, they want that old school control of a woman. And a lot of these countries, these women still follow those traditions.
Yeah, I always tell people
They still
the
like
US,
the daddy is marrying you off. You pay like they're serious. They still follow these
I
traditions.
literally came across a woman off of one of those posts that basically
See
said
it as a way out.
not even that. She was like, I marry him to pretty much, in so many words, to control me. Tell me what to do. He is my boss in so many ways. I mean, she had a whole, and she was saying it smilingly and like, oh my God.
she said it's her boss. Like, but the thing about it, they do uphold their marriage. Now, if he's treating her good, if he's really treating her like the woman that she's supposed to be, then that's their good. But I mean, again, I lived in Iran, right? And they do believe in those traditions. And I've seen a lot of we had a lot of friends. Well, my parents had a lot of friends where the male was kind to their wives. It's just that they were Muslim and that's what they did. Like,
and I get that.
They, but at the same time, then there were some that were abusive because they don't honor women over there. And I think if it works, and I tell you, if it works for you and him,
and that's something that we discussed. If
it works.
That dynamic works for y'all. I can't.
I don't look at the leadership, and that's the difference between the Western women and other. And I can't say if it's wrong or right because what we've been taught. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't see myself as having a man telling me what to wear, eat, sleep, this, that, and the other.
I say that all is wrong over here because it's abusive mentally.
But abusive to who?
And the thing is, but the thing is, with these women in these other countries, they have been like this for thousands of years.
Yeah. No, I mean,
we're the only ones.
But we're trying to use that concept.
Right.
This country
here. But the thing is, mail order brides and stuff like that. That stuff's been going on for years. Like they've been doing mail order wives since the white men have been doing since the 50s, 60s. Going to different countries in Russia or China, getting their wives and bringing them back.
And so again, that's what I'm saying. We trying to take their stuff and do the same thing.
Yeah, we just don't know how to do it right. We want to have multiple wives and.
Is that all right?
She told me I could have two. She told me I could have two.
They want to do whatever, be pimps and all that kind of bull crap. But listen, we stay connected to 101 TKO Radio. After the song break, we're going to get into these questions for the mailroom crew. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Don't get quiet now. Don't get quiet.
You ain't like black men.
I didn't.
My name told you.
101 TKO Radio, the mailroom. We'll be right back. male room. And one of those reasons, I just, I really do as a woman, I want a man to lead me. I want a man to lead me. I will be the first one out here because, again, growing up, I got a dangerous double dose of independence. And what does that mean? My dad told me never to depend on a man. My mama told me never to depend on a man. So, and what they were saying back then, because remember, my parents were born in the 50s and whatnot. So what my dad saw was, listen, I want you to get your own. I want you to learn how to change a tire and do all these things, because you're not going to always have somebody with you. My mom was coming from the aspect, listen, I want my girls to be independent where you won't need a man, because my mom was that stay-at-home mom. She had dreams and aspirations, but she also was proud of raising her family at the same time. But back then, it was like women had roles, and those roles were highlighted being the women in the household, this, that, and other. Okay. So as a woman, we were taught that. So me and my sister were so independent. And they did get to the point where I don't need y'all.
But what if y'all misunderstood that?
We didn't misunderstand that. But the reason why I say that, because again, it was taught. Again, each generation is going to teach the next generation. Right?
That's true, but think about this.
Mm-hmm.
They were married.
They were married, right? They were married. My dad was in the military, right? And think about this. My mom got married at 18. She became a mother at 16. She had me young, right? Mm-hmm. So she was out of her childhood. She became a wife, a mother and a wife, and had to move overseas with this man. So therefore, her life, then 4 years later, my sister comes. Then 10 years later, boom, 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 you got 3 sons. So your whole life was surrounded by this man. Right. Now she honored her vows. Now that's not to say she didn't love my dad or whatever, but a lot of the women back then, they were being submissive without the opportunities to say, hey, let me fulfill my dreams as well. And so the women, when they were telling us, I want you to be independent, they were saying, listen, don't let anybody stop your dreams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to get into that.
Yeah.
So what if still it was misinterpreted? Yes. Mm-hmm. Don't allow someone to stop you from achieving your dreams. Yeah. But that doesn't mean not find someone. Mm-hmm. Because it's something that she tells me a lot is, as a man, for me to sit up and ask her that your job is to wash my clothes. Mm-hmm. But before I met her, who was washing my clothes? Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me, for my wife, I know it's I come into this marriage as in my wife has dreams. Right. She wants to be a doctor, nurse practitioner. Mm-hmm. And she made that known. She wanted to make jewelry. She made that known. Right. Those are some of my wife's dreams. Right. So I'm telling her my dreams too. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, why can't we do it together? Right. Right. And so when I hear you say that, mm-hmm. I see that as an opportunity, as two sides of the same coin. Yeah. Telling you the correct thing. Mm-hmm. You don't need to depend on a man if you're not in a committed relationship. Right. You should be independent. Right. And what we come in is we get so independent, and I say that when we get so independent, we can't disconnect. Right, and that's what happened. Yeah. So I don't think that she was teaching you wrong. It's just we grab hold to these concepts. No, she didn't teach us wrong, but it did do a job on us, because it got to the point where I didn't need y'all. Yes, but you see what I'm saying? And I talk about that in my book. Only reason why I got married the first time is because I wanted a child, right? Yeah. And I knew that in order for me to stay, right, I needed a man. I didn't want to have a child out of wedlock. So I had my own car, house, money, all of that, right? And I made it known I didn't need you, but just for this one thing. So we're on a clock. So did mom ever? Did you get any idea that mom didn't need your dad per se? No. She did make it clear, because my mom taught us like the domestic part. Like she taught us the girls the domestic, and then my dad taught us the mechanics and all of the outside. But I guess what I'm asking about their relationship, but for you,
Mm-hmm.
from where you were sitting at, because I know every child is different.
Right.
Did you see a loving relationship between the two?
I saw a relationship.
Or a contract?
It was like my dad was the dad. He was the provider, and my mom raised the family.
Okay.
And my dad, and I talk about this again because of what they went through as growing up, what they saw. So my dad played his role as I'm the provider.
Okay, so they were the official role.
Yeah,
parents. Okay.
right. So for us, I didn't. I saw them working together because they were entrepreneurs, so they had to work together, right? So I took from my mom, I'm like, okay, she's a very independent woman. However, I knew that she took care of house. Okay. And so for a long time, I wanted to be like my mom. I was like, I'm gonna have 5 kids, I'm gonna run the household.
Mom is telling you, nah.
Right. She's like, She's like, go ahead and I couldn't understand why I was different in there because my life did not turn out like that. It was like, boom, okay, So the other folks, it was like in my mind, my mom was like, again, hands down, because when I said she was stay-at-home mom, she was the ultimate stay-at-home mom. We never missed a meal or whatever. But people didn't understand that was a job in itself when you got to manage a household. But that wasn't looked at it like that. And she felt some kind of way because, again, she didn't see it during those times. A stay-at-home mom was not looked at as a job. It was like, you're doing
that's what you're supposed to do.
Right. And so I can imagine with her, she's like, wait a minute, I had dreams and aspirations too, but now I'm doing this thing and people are making fun of me. Because I remember her saying, she was like, yeah, people were like, you running behind your dad or my husband or whatever. So I can imagine as her being a woman, she's thinking about this. It's my last show.
I'm so sorry.
It's off.
It fell out to
this one?
No. It was a piece of lash. It fell out.
It came out. Yeah.
Power on.
I'm
sorry. It was just sitting there. So
So my parents, along with a lot of other parents during that age, during that time. So now when you get us, our generation, and now I'm teaching my sister and I'm teaching my niece.
I see that now.
Like, hey, it's okay to need a man.
I can see that point of view now.
It's okay to say, hey, I need some help. Yeah. Because when you're used to doing everything, because you're like, I don't want to depend on no man. I don't want no man tell me what to do. Like, I had to go through that period of being obedient to, and I know this is going to sound weird, but being obedient to a man, letting a man be the leader for me. Because remember, my dad died at 94. So I never had a man to step in and say, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. So I had to do everything myself. So when God brought Chef to me, we battled. Because I'm like, I asked God for a leader, but I'm giving resistance because now he's trying to tell me what to do.
But he didn't see it as leading. He was like, hey, I'm here. I'm trying to help you. I want to
Right.
I see that you can do it yourself, but I want to be a man and say, hey,
and I got you. Exactly. And I could not accept that. And it wasn't until God was like, that's why I need you to do the mailroom. So you can understand the leadership. It's nothing wrong with y'all being a leader. It's nothing wrong with your wife making decisions together. And we have lost that art. Like, girl, I wouldn't do with no, girl, he ain't, you your own thing. No, if you're in a household, you're supposed to, if your husband says, hey, I don't think that should, that's a good decision for you. You gotta talk about that. But now we're living in a society where it's like, nah, girl, I wouldn't do that. Well, okay.
If you want the bag, girl, go get the bag on your own.
Right. So listen, here go the first question. Y'all ready?
No. I need to go get me some coffee.
For $500, please.
Jenny said your parents telling you to never depend on a man shaped your reality. Yeah, it did until you realize you need a man, and that's what happened. And that's why I said it's dangerous. Right. That's the thing about it. And I misinterpreted the dangerous, and that's why I said I got that double dosage of independence, like because I misinterpreted the entire thing.
Because
they didn't know themselves.
No, they didn't, and that's why
they were teaching something, but they
didn't include who gonna go kill that bear.
Right.
Are you gonna go kill that bear?
And then too, I have to look at it with my mom being a military, wife. Mm-hmm. It was that chance of, because again, if he was deployed, there was a chance of him not coming back. Yep. So she had to be like, okay, I got to keep my family going because I'm overseas, and if anything happens, then it's going to be a me and my children, So I gotta keep it going or whatnot. So also that attitude as well. So, all right. So the first question, y'all ready? Mm-hmm. Who are you?
You got this.
Who are you?
It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
That is a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought I had got to a position of knowing who I finally was. Mm-hmm. And these past few months showed me that I am still somewhat lost.
Mm.
And to come to that realization, there's growth, some more growth that I need to do, and which I already know that constantly we're growing, and I think that's some misconception that we do as people, period, in general. No growth. Once we get to a certain age, we already know. Old dog is constantly learning new tricks, and we got to get that concept out of our head that old dog can't learn new things. But I don't know because I am constantly learning and growing, and I'm not going to have a concrete answer for that. And I love that though, right, because that defeats the ceiling. And I want to be my best me at all times. In order for me to do that, I can't put a ceiling. So I can't tell you.
Okay, all right. Then don't tell me then. I love it. Johnny says, nice question. Wish you could answer it. And if you all want to call in, 678-439-7419. I want to know who you are as a black man. Tank, you want to answer?
As a black man.
Who are you?
First of all, I'm a father.
Okay.
And that defines me a whole lot. And
who were you before the father? Becoming a father.
Woo!
TV. Y'all ain't ready for that one.
I was up at 3 a.m. Rolling around Houston. I just listen. The me before fatherhood changed, and not just fatherhood, because I was a single dad. Okay. Just in general, entering the phase of being a father and a husband. Okay. That combination, it changed me because I knew that I had a lot more to give. Yeah. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to, growing up without a father, I wanted to be a dad. Okay. Because to me, God said, hey, that's going to be your healing. Gotcha. That's going to be the best healing for you. Yeah. I know you didn't have one, but I'm going to give you some awesome kids. Yeah. And that's going to be your healing. Yeah. I'm going to give you an awesome family of your own. And to me, that's the biggest, just having that my own family, that changed my whole world. That made the difference in everything for me. That changed the way I woke up in the morning. It changed the way I went to bed at night. I became focused. Okay. When you before all of that, you're concerned about small things, and then when you realize, hey, I got these 4 people here to take care of. Yeah. And it's like, okay, the wheels start turning, the plans start coming together, and you start achieving more than what you ever thought that you could. And just even like now, I still wake up amazed, and I'm just being honest, and that I lived this life. And I'm like, and me and my wife are like, you know where we came from. Like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we know exactly where you came from.
Right.
And it's like the biggest thing. And the only thing that I did was, I followed a lot of the things that people are deeming to be just wrong, like masculinity.
Yeah.
That's a part of who I am. I'm a guy's guy. I'm a woman's guy. I mean, I'm not ashamed of that, and I do teach my sons how to be masculine because I want them to be able to kill that bear. I don't want them to be afraid when he come knocking to the door, because he will. He gonna come knock to the door one day. I don't care. In life, as a man, you're gonna get challenged. You're gonna get tested.
Yeah.
It's win.
Right. So, listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we got more questions with the TMR crew. Think about this question. What has been your most challenge moment in your life as a black man?
Okay.
So, stay tuned to 101 TKO Radio in the mailroom. We'll be right back.
Four, three, two, one.
And we are back live in the studio. That's one of my favorite songs, y'all. Hell yeah, sober. Listen, 101 TKO Radio in the mail room. I got my crew in here, the mail room crew, and we are talking. We are chopping it up. We're having some real dialogue, and one reason we do this because of the culminating activity at the end of the year is the listening party. And the purpose of that is for the men to actually talk in and give their insight on what a lot of us women are trying to, understand about y'all. But I asked a question, posed a question. What was your most challenging moment in your life? We have a phone call? We got a caller.
Yes.
Oh, we do have a caller. So caller, how are you? Welcome to the mail room. Hello?
Was that Mystical coming through? Okay.
Hey, Johnny!
What's up?
Johnny.
What's up, Prince?
How you do?
Oh man, we love you too, bro.
For sure, big dog.
Listen, thank you.
So tell us, who is Johnny Prince?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it takes a level of strength, courage, to say, I don't know.
And see, I have to say that because I have to put myself out there because if I don't, I can't change it because I'm gonna still be living the lie because I do know that I am light. I do know that I am dark. I do know that I am masculine when I need to be. And then I do know that I can step into a form of femininity in the sense of where I need to have a nourishment or what's the word for nurturing,
Yes.
that having a nurturing spirit. So I am all of that, and like what Tank said and what you just stated, and I know that, but at the moment, I am lost because you made a point, but then it was true for the moment.
Yeah.
I did need questions.
Yeah.
And I had questions. I needed answers from my dad, but once I realized that he cannot answer them, I have to seek it from someone else. From either a positive male role model, or I just have to go do the research myself to figure out what's good for me.
Yeah.
And so, I can't get answers from him.
Yeah.
And so once I got that understanding that as much as I would love for my dad to tell me what I need to hear, regardless of what hurt, there's so much hurt going on there.
And that's why I said there's gonna come a moment where you're not going to be able to get answers.
Oh, yeah, I can't.
Because again, we're dealing with our generation is dealing with an unhealed generation prior to that. And and that's something I had to go through with my mom, because again, she was in an unhealed situation along with along with their siblings and so forth. So I'm pretty sure they had same questions they wanted to ask their parents. And so they only did what they were taught. So in order for us to move forward, because there are going to be some moments we're never going to get that answer because they don't know. And if they do know, it's like for them, they're like, you know what? I'm close to the end. I don't want to, I want to live in the now. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I said sometimes you may not be able to get the answer and it's okay. And that's why I advocate for that therapy because your answers can actually come through that therapy.
Yeah.
And so forth with that healing piece because our parents, they were good parents. And
they did what they could do in that moment.
Right,
they
and
taught.
right, exactly, and that's why I say I can't. And not unless they were just like downright abusive or whatnot. But even with that came with because they experienced some stuff themselves.
But the thing that made it hard is that generation refuses to acknowledge.
Well, think about
things.
How would they? How would they? Because they were taught that it was right. You see what I'm saying?
Well, not all of it was taught that it was right, but they were taught how to hide it and conceal it. We had that rule: we're going in this house,
right?
Stay in this house.
But they were taught that was the right way,
right?
Yeah.
But even when they realized it was wrong, their pride still will not let them open up.
I don't know if I think it would be a combination of pride. Because again, if I was taught all of these years, you think about 60, 70 years, I was taught not to say anything. I am boiling with hurt and trauma, but who am I going to trust? I can't go to my cousins. I can't go to my aunts and uncles. I can't go to anybody because all of us were taught not to say anything. So if you came to me and say, listen, real talk, I was molested by a cousin such and such. What you think I'm gonna say? Girl, please stop. That was so long ago. Or boy, stop. That was so long ago. Just move on. He's sick. He gonna suffer.
They're gonna shut your feelings down.
They're gonna shut it down. And so therefore, guess what? I'm gonna shut down. Now I gotta deal with this. And now that I have children and something happens to my children, you're gonna try to open that door, but at the same time, you're gonna do what you were taught. Boy, go ahead and get over with. Man up. It's okay. He gone. Da 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 da. And so that's why we continue with these habits, these not generational curses, but these habits, and we don't break them. In our generation, we are taught. That's been passed down to us. So now we have to say, no. It's okay to go get therapy. It's okay to talk to somebody. It's not going to be your family member. It's not going to be that trusted family member. You see what I'm saying? So I do it right. Not even your friends, because everybody has it. Right.
So do we? So Prince.
Hold on. Which?
Sir? Say it again. Oh, no, not physically. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah. For me, anyway. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yep. Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But, yeah.
Right. Right.
But you.
Right. Yeah. Mhm. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 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 Right.
Yeah, that's true too. But you still
Yeah.
to understand her, you still have to be able to tap in. Something that me and my wife has come across on a video where people in general, we are.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. We have to take a quick break. Hold that thought. When we come back from our song break, we're gonna finish this discussion. And again, we're talking with the TMR crew and black men. And I love this conversation because again, it is what you all are telling us and so forth. So stay tuned to 101 TKO Radio and the mailroom. We'll be right back. We're talking about And we are back, you guys, live 101 TKO Radio and the Mailroom Crew. Listen, we having a good discussion. I love my black men. We have Johnny Prince on the line. I love my black men. We got LeBron, Mr. Takeover, and Tank the Sports Guy. And we got Nelson on the ones and twos back here. And we got the Mrs. in the building as well. So listen, we are having honest conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say honest, transparent conversation, because, and I asked the question earlier to the fellas who they are. And the reason why I asked this question, let me give you a mini background, because a lot of times we expect y'all to get into these relationships, right? And we have these expectations of who we think you are supposed to be for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of what society says, right? But we never take the time to ask you all who you are. And I love both of you all's answers, because LaRon, you said you didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
I respect that. I can work that. Not work, when I say work that, I can accept that, because I know now this man doesn't know who he is. And it's okay. I'm pretty sure that's how your wife felt, like, wow, okay. He's around here thinking he this, that, and the other.
Yeah, because I got that to myself as thinking that, okay, yeah, I am a dad. I am a great dad.
Right.
I am this, I am that.
Right.
But
What does that mean if I'm not any of those things?
Right.
Yeah.
And then Tank said that prior to him being a father, he was pretty much a heathen. You know?
You're
not getting that.
But fatherhood made you who you are. Then Johnny said that he was all he's seen. And you said, Johnny, you were hurt. You had trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Black men don't say that. And this is what we need y'all to, this is what black women need to hear you all say. And be okay. Because we as black women, I'm saying from experience, I used to have a habit of trying to fit y'all. And this is what happens in these relationships.
Mm-hmm.
We get into these relationships, and the women, we try to fit y'all.
I see potential.
Yeah, and we shouldn't see potential.
They building the bear.
Right.
They're building the bear.
Oh, I see.
Right?
I see what he could be. Let me stuff some stuff into this one.
We shouldn't see potential. We should already know that you are a great man. It's just, okay, we all got some progressing to, we all got some improvement to do. We all have some healing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And when we can understand who you are, even for women, it's the same thing for women, but I'm talking about my black men today. We need to know that, hey, it's okay. He don't know who he is right now. It's okay that, okay, but prior to fatherhood, he was all over the place, you know? And I applaud you all for saying that and being vulnerable on today's show. I didn't, don't want to always put y'all on the spot, but that's the purpose of this.
That's the purpose of
this show.
It's cool. I've been called a hot mess before.
I wasn't gonna say all that,
It's
but
cool.
I mean, since you said it,
I had my first child, 17, and I thought fatherhood was, because that was my thing, to make a family that my dad didn't make.
Right.
That was my purpose.
Right. And
That's
so
what I thought my purpose was.
yeah. And it's okay to want those things. You see what I'm saying? It's okay to do, because I shared with y'all, I thought I wanted to be like my mother, and I wanted to raise 5 children, be married and travel this, that, but the reality was like, woo, that's a parenthood?
Yeah.
And see, we don't see that. Parenthood. I was like, oh, I'm not built for this. I'm not built for that.
See, that was my thing. Me thinking that my purpose was not to make the family that my dad made, I still end up making it and do it better, and I still end up making damaged kids.
Yeah.
Trying not to damage my kids.
Yeah.
I made damaged kids.
Yeah. Because we don't look at the dynamics of their lives, and we forget that they were once teens and young teens, and they became parents early, and they went through life situations. We forget about that, because as Jenny, as you said, I saw my mom take care of my dad when he got colon cancer, and then on top of that, be a mother to 5 children and take care of your husband, sick dying husband, while you were just getting out of breast cancer yourself.
Yep.
So this was a lot on this one woman, but we don't look at it. And then just to think about, oh, you were still young. You were in your mid-30s, 40s.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And we never look at that about our parents.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said, that was the purpose of this question, so people can understand. It's not that y'all have issues.
No, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Well, y'all got issues. You know what I'm saying? It's an issue.
No,
We all
it's
got.
issue.
But,
It's issue.
mm,
It's issues. I ain't gonna lie to you. Them issues.
Do you find yourself beating yourself up sometimes?
All the time. I'm
Mhm.
answer for it.
yep, you do.
Why you gonna do that? Man.
See, that's
She didn't want you to
Because when
struggle and
nobody
hit
else is
yourself.
listening, I hear.
Mhm.
Even when you don't say anything, I see.
Man,
So yeah,
I thought we were good.
we had a conversation about it. You've already admitted it. So
Oh, you stabbed me in the back.
Chucky said,
I
thanks
got
for
your
being
back, too.
open and transparent. Good conversation. Yeah, I could go ahead and answer the. We already know, but go ahead and answer it.
You already
Stop
answered it.
uppercutting yourself. Stop
You already
uppercutting yourself.
answered it.
She answers for you because she didn't want you to hurt yourself on that.
You already answered it.
Yes.
he had already said,
Yeah.
Go on, say, get it out there.
Mhm.
Not being to your grandkids, and not having to make sure with your own kids, and then with your mom, I'm like carrying that day in, day out.
Oh, bro, I'm hurt because I've always
Yeah.
taken care of everybody else's kids,
Yeah.
but my own.
And that's why it's time to say, okay, you know what? I can step back
Mhm.
and that's where your healing be. And it's okay. And I'm telling you that from experience. It's okay because that healing, it's again, we're in a position we can't change anybody. Only God or your higher power, whomever you serve, is responsible for that. What you can do is move forward and operate in the now.
Mhm.
And your now is to say, you know what, for example, I'm gonna put this in place for me. My door is open to see my son and my grandchildren. I put it out there. And that's all you can do.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I meant.
And you have to be okay with saying, and don't get me wrong, it's hurtful. It is hurtful. But at the same time, we also have to understand, and I'm not a parent. I always make this disclaimer. I'm not a parent. No, because y'all do too much.
If you spend any amount of time looking after somebody else's kids other than your own for anything, you are a parent.
You are a
You
parent.
go
to your
into mommy
nieces
mode
and your
automatically,
nephews.
whether you want to or not.
You
It
are
happens.
a
I'm trying to listen. I told y'all after watching my parents and my aunts and all, y'all bless y'all. Bless
But remember, at
y'all.
one point you wanted to be that so
I
badly.
did, and the
He
guy
got
had to
kids.
show me.
They got your kids.
He did, and I was like, "Thank you, Jesus. I can."
You got
3 o'clock, y'all going back to your mama's because I can't do it. But you have to, at some point in your life, you have to be okay with. Listen, I cannot do this. I understand. I had to tell my grandparents that by being the oldest, and this is again part of my healing journey back then. When I had to learn how the family operated, because we were close or whatnot, but I already knew there were some underlying issues that were going on, But I was that grandchild that said, "No, I'm gonna have to stop this. I can't carry this over."
Yep.
And it's gonna have to start with me.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put some systems in
That's
place.
where I'm at.
Yeah, so you have to put some systems in.
I'm that sibling right now.
Yeah.
Out of the three, that's where I'm at. Where I'm having to construct boundaries and systems and
Yeah.
understand that y'all can be blind to the fact that our parents are not what we thought they were.
Yeah.
Y'all can be blind to that, but I see it.
Yeah.
Because one, I was the only child there.
Yeah.
That witnessed everything. By the time that stuff started coming out and you start seeing stuff for what it was,
Yeah.
they were gone.
Yeah.
And so I went through all of that.
Yeah.
Past 20.
Yeah.
And then I'm still kind of there because I'm the only child
Yeah.
in the same city.
Yeah.
So I still witness,
Right. Right.
to the point that I have to step away from the house even though I do correct it,
Yeah.
but when my dad gets out of pocket
Yeah.
with my mom. Because for right now, they're roommates.
Okay.
They've always been roommates.
Yeah.
I saw that for what it was back then, but didn't realize it until I got older.
Right.
That ain't how you supposed to have a
But
family.
guess what? That's not your battle.
Oh, yes, I know. That's why I have to step away from
You
it.
have
And
to step
I
back.
told my mom,
Yeah.
hey, that ain't right what you doing.
Yeah.
But if you going to sit in it,
Yeah.
I can't. There's nothing I can do.
Because she has to do her own healing.
Right.
And she has to recognize her own and his, you know?
Right.
And families, I get it, y'all. I am a family person. I get it. And I know that's a lot of our issues, you know, growing up, because we have been in these families where it's like we couldn't tell, or we were not given the opportunity to go to therapy or whatnot, but we have that opportunity now. And that's what we have to do. We have to we have to live in the now and say, you know what? I'm gonna do something about it. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. I agree with that.
You know what's so funny about that?
I agree with
Prince?
that.
He has that.
I
didn't realize it.
I just went through that. Yesterday or the day before yesterday. My brother was he texted me, and well, my play brother. He's probably the only brother that I know as an actual brother. He texted me like, "You at work?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I hit you up." So after I hit him up, and I'm thinking maybe he wanted to talk to me, whatnot. But before I knew it, an hour later, I done started and just said, "Bleh," just spit out a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, "Oh man, I apologize. Maybe this call was more for me than it was for him." "Oh no, you good. You good." And so you're totally correct about that.
Yeah.
Women have that.
Right. And
Women have that.
Right.
But we make room for it.
Yeah, we do have it. And that's the purpose of the mail room, is to create that safe space, because eventually I do want to see y'all, because I'm not going to, as a woman, I can't, as much as I want to embrace y'all and say it's going to be okay, it's not going to be okay for us. So I know y'all need that true brother. I posted John Gray and Tyrese. And they were talking about that.
That was,
you know, John Gray been going through a whole lot, but he said, "I want to give this man his flowers because he reached out to me. He came by the house. We went to go." That was that brotherhood.
On the phone, up
Right.
and showed up. And
He told him, "Hold on."
Yeah.
Right.
Later,
And 2 hours later. And that's what I want to see y'all get to that point and be okay with it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to open up, as Johnny said, to each other. Because again, you can open up to your girl all day long, but there are going to be a lot of stuff I just don't understand about y'all. Lisa's just not going to understand, because you are a man. I'm not going to understand everything about Chef. You know what I'm saying? Toy's not going to understand everything about Tank. So we do want y'all to gather with other positive, let me put that out there, other positive men who are going to give you all some type of positivity, you know, because you do have, we were watching a movie yesterday, and of course it was this, you know, brother got out of jail, his homeboy, he went back to his neighborhood, his homeboy's like, "Man, we need to go and get back out here in the game and the money." Not once. And I thought about it, I said, wow, this is every day for a lot of men. You have, if you're back in that same circle, who's just gonna put you back out there in the same trash?
You're gonna end up in the same jail.
You know, because he don't value his life or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is that cycle that we have to continue to, we have to build that brotherhood, that true, honest brotherhood. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's the key word. That's again, honest, because we got a lot of people using that word brotherhood real loose.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, your brother doesn't use your insecurities as a weapon when they're mad at you.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing why brothers don't get along these days. Because when you start taking your knowledge of me and using it as a weapon, we're not brothers no more. We battling.
So that's where y'all have to say, okay, you know what, and part ways.
And you find more of that in family than anything.
But the sad part about it is you lose so much potential because number one, who knows that the sharing of ideas that we have wouldn't lead to something revolutionary?
Yeah.
But the thing is, we meet each other again. I say this all the time. We meet each other with a meme mug, and don't even know the person that we meme mug. Just walk up to, hey, what's going on, brother, and then just start a conversation. But we look at you
your
funny.
energy comes off threatening to me.
Hey, bro,
I cannot.
Hey, bro, you real light skin for the CEO, bro. I mean, we find anything is stupid. You a man.
Whole lot of BANs.
Yeah.
Of course he said BANs. I'm short of BANs.
And this is the sad part. You have some people out here who are your brother that you've been rocking with as a brother and using that word for 10 years, brother. Where are you? Because guess what? What I'm doing, my brother's doing too.
So I hear this a lot coming from you all. And I'm not sure if Lisa as well as a woman and a woman who loves you all. Define brotherhood. What is brotherhood? What are y'all looking in brotherhood?
I don't even know what that definition is.
That's a good question because that's something they definitely need to answer for themselves.
Your brother,
we take sisterhood as that's something sacred. Like,
right.
If we in a circle, like me and TaShon, if I go to her with something, hey, I know it's gonna stay right there. Right. But we're gonna fix the problem. Right. And we're not gonna go back and bash nobody else.
What say, Brent?
Man should go that would allow him to be the most vulnerable. Not to take that away from women.
Yeah.
Alright? I think men definitely could be vulnerable with their woman. But within that brotherhood, because there are some aspects of a man or masculinity that just can't be said in that relationship. I'm not saying. I need to be working. There are some, Sean, when you said, well, I don't know everything about a man. I can't. There's something I'm just not going to know, right?
Right.
Within that brotherhood, you'll be able to be safe, to be vulnerable, to gain any type of knowledge, any type of feeling that he needs. It's like you go there and gain some sort of feeling. Hey.
Okay.
And what you can say?
Not just that, also too. Go ahead, Prince.
Yeah, there's a way that we communicate. That men communicate with each other.
Okay.
You can say 2, 3, 4 sentences, and it'll be like a very high understanding. There's an understanding because you're not alone. It ain't just you.
Right.
It ain't just you that got to see with your kids. It ain't just you that ain't, can't see grandkids.
Right.
It ain't just you that got issues with their family. You could go there and be like, wow, well, how you dealing with this?
Right.
How you do
Right. Listen, hold that. Right. Hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation. And I got some more questions for y'all, but this is really good, you guys. I appreciate you all. So listen, stay connected to 101 TKL Radio and the mail room. We'll be right back with the TMR Crew. Stay tuned. TKO Radio in the mail room. Listen, we have LaRon, Mr. Take Over, and wifey Lisa. We got Tank the Sports Guy, and we got Johnny Press on the phone live. Listen, before we get this conversation is dope, y'all. Like, this is the purpose of the mail room. But before we move forward, we got Tank the Sports Guy with some sports news. There's been a lot happening. Tank, what you got for us? Meet us at the cooler.
Hey, we still praying for Hamlin, and we finally got updates that the breathing tube has been removed.
Yeah.
And he is communicating with his family, friends, team, and so that's a real blessing.
Good.
This week you saw even though that was a tragic event, you got to look at the positivity that came out.
Yeah.
You saw the world is not lost. You saw an entire country full of grown men.
Yeah.
Reaching out to somebody and actually realizing, you know what? The next 5 minutes is not promised to anybody.
Right.
And I love the fact that the team just stopped playing versus the league.
Listen, when you pull those helmets off those big old boys, they just that, some little boys.
Yeah.
You look at them, they still baby faced in the face,
Yeah.
and that's a traumatic situation.
Yeah.
But for them to actually band together as men, there's positivity.
So this is my question: what is gonna happen now since the game was? They stopped the game.
They're gonna just give each team basically a neutral for that game, and this week's game is gonna count even more for the playoffs. But like they said, it's not even about the game; it's about the fact that you saw the human side.
But the NFL didn't call off the game.
Nope, they did.
So that's what I'm asking. Like
they called the game off. They called the game off. But this is the thing.
Coaches did, but not NFL.
But see, that's the whole. That's who was supposed to make that decision.
Okay.
What people don't realize is those two coaches are in control of their team.
Okay.
How they interact amongst each other is going to decide that situation.
Okay.
The fact that they decided to come together, and let's be real, that man wasn't a coach at that point. He was a dad.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
He was a dad.
Yeah.
Didn't care what color the kid was. He was a father. You kept seeing out of his mouth, I gotta go be with my player.
Yeah.
I gotta go be with my player.
Yeah.
Real coaches do that. That's the type of coaches I had. People that actually
would have hurt me. They would have killed playing.
Yeah.
No, listen. Even the players said, I'm not thinking about playing this game.
Right. Right.
That's not on my mind. And the fact that the human side was shown amongst some of the biggest grown men in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, there's hope, man.
Yeah.
You can't help but look at the positivity and the hope that comes out of that. Listen, if you got somebody that you ain't talking to, one of your brothers, man, put that aside, bro.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is not promised to anybody.
It's not.
I can't dwell on the past. All I can do is push forward the future and let you know, hey, big dog, look, if you need me, I'm in here. And that's the one thing that people need to sit there and actually, as grown men, need to start expressing to each other. Right. And it doesn't make you soft, is it? It makes you actually pretty strong when your brother, hey, I could trust you.
Right.
I can depend on you.
See what that's what society has ruined for us.
But the thing is, why not? If I get a whole bunch of black men banding together, I know
the concept for it.
We can do some amazing. So the thing is, we got to put aside all that.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I always say we buck up at each other for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah. So fill me in on the logistics side of it, because from my understanding, he's 24, right? So he doesn't have like the
You don't get NFL benefits until you complete 3 full years in the NFL.
So with him being injured like that, that means he does not have.
No, the team's going to pay for all his medical. They're going to take care of him. The sad part about it is, if for some reason he can't play anymore, that's where the benefits come in. You have lifetime benefits that you receive, because let's be honest, who's going to take care of a 4-year NFL player who every joint in their body has been compromised?
So you're saying right now the NFL, where the team is going to pay for his medical, he has medical benefits. Yeah,
they have full benefits for them, so they're going to take care of him. And the thing is, they're saying that his neurological is 100% intact. Okay. So that means that he may be able to resume his career
for next season.
Right, but the thing about it is, a lot of players out there don't get benefits until they complete their 3rd year. And so, what about the ones who get hurt the 1st year, the 2nd year? And basically, they take a settlement, they're gone. That's it.
So would it be in best interest for him to go ahead and retire, whatever he's going on?
If he can continue his career and he wants to do it, do it, but at the same time, the NFL needs to start changing where these young men are covered from day one.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, you are putting your life on the line by playing this game.
Yeah, it's a savage sport. Like,
I mean, it's not one of the most, but it is.
You headbutting in
rugby has no pads.
Yes,
and it's the
rugby
same
is almost like
sport.
the first prior to
and there's no pads on them. So believe me, rugby players call football players wussies because you're padded.
Just looking at but the thing about it's $1 billion business. So every team
go up trillion.
Yeah.
Because remember that one game,
mm-hmm.
you had not only people tuning in the U.S. to watch that game, in other countries. Those TV rights are worth billions. Yeah.
So every player should have coverage and should be paid.
Yeah, they shouldn't be signing a contract without having it. But again, we're so happy.
No, what you're talking about is retirement. Like if you can't play anymore, you have benefits and you get paid. But this is the thing: once the season's over and the doctor tells you, "Hey, man, your
no, that's what I'm saying."
gone.
So we sign a contract because one, we so excited because true, we looking at numbers and stuff. But are we really teaching our kids before you sign? You know, because think about it, they have the right to sit up and say, "Hey." They should have the right.
You don't have to sign that contract.
Yeah, I know they're gonna go to somebody else.
Correct.
Yeah,
because
I know.
Guess what happens every year?
Yeah, they're gonna have somebody else come up. Fresh crowd.
And that's the thing that makes it so bad is because every year you have 35 more kids that come in and say, "I want to play the NFL.
Yeah.
I want to take somebody's spot." So you never run out of talent. Yeah. It's the fact that it's like a farm. You have to. Yeah, and not just that, the kids have to start setting themselves up. You now have NIL deals, personal ways you can make money.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
Also, Harvard also have a career outside of football. Like this young man has a fund that was at $200 when he first started because he buys toys for kids as a toy drive.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's now up to $7 million. They're trying to figure out ways with GoFundMe to not only use his money to help this young man, but what his charity can do now.
Right.
Imagine you got hurt and woke up to owning almost an $8 million charity that you can do so much good that you've been doing good for. But like I said, it's just a lot of positivity that came out of this. A lot of people need to look at the positivity, and the biggest thing is, you actually see grown men embracing that word brotherhood and seeing what it really means.
Yeah.
When I needed my brother, he was right there by me. You saw grown men embracing each other, comforting each other, because let's be real, I'm 22 years old. I've never seen anybody flatline on a football field.
Yeah.
That's not something I thought about this morning when I put my pads on and got ready for this game.
Yeah.
I was about to watch a man die.
Yeah.
That's traumatizing for those kids.
But
it's good to see. But it's good to see that the adults the coaches, even down to the personnel in the NFL offices, they were shocked. Imagine that you're sitting home watching this game with your kids. And a young man drops on the field in front of you. Yeah. You got to explain that to your children now.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Tank the Sports Guy. Meeting him at the Cooler every Saturday here, live on 101 TKO Radio. Me and football, I know it's a y'all sport, but ain't nothing normal about it for me. Y'all running and
But you said that about cheerleading too, outside of just wearing the dress.
Ain't nothing normal about y'all running and hitting each other and
don't think sports
knocking each other out. I mean,
you start sweating and then you just start panicking.
I'm like, y'all clashing and boom. Yeah, that ain't normal. All the folks cheering, get up, da, da, da. Like it just ain't normal. Like my brother played football. Literally, he was the big boy. He was the big kid on the team. He knocked the boy out. He was done with that. He said, "Nah, that's it." He was like, I can't do that because he was the what you call a pee-wee football or whatever. But he was the biggest boy. And he ran his play. He knocked out that boy. He was like, "No, I'm good on the sports thing." That's a lot. I guess, hey.
But
y'all football folks. Okay. Sorry.
She said y'all football folks.
I like football. I like football. I like basketball more so because ain't nobody get too bad of injury.
What? Yeah, hold on. Back in the day?
Yeah.
Back in the day, you had teeth missing.
Well, I mean, yeah, you still
You
fight.
had a fight. You had a fight in the hallway before the
I'm
game.
sorry, Nelson. I didn't mess up the mic. Y'all done got me flustered with this. I done got messed up with the. It's just something just not right about men hitting y'all running into each other, and so I seen football players just slam each other and do the, and you get back up and you run it, and I be looking at the knees.
So you don't like wrestling?
Oh no, I definitely don't like wrestling. There ain't nothing normal about that either. I mean, where you just gotta body slam somebody,
DDT, baby, jump. Hey.
Yeah, it's just not normal. Let's normalize.
So you didn't smell what the rock was cooking?
Nah. But he looked good though, so I was watching it for
There they go. There they go.
But I told you I like the men in the uniform.
We can lift weights and be on Aquaman and all that, but we can't play football.
I like to watch the guys in the football. If they had, their uniform. If they look cute in their uniform, oh yeah, I'm watching. That's all. I mean,
sad until they start hitting each other. Oh my God.
Yeah, I dated football players or whatnot, so I was always around football. But if they didn't look cute in a uniform, I'm like,
No, Justin, I can't watch you get hit like that. But you look cute though.
Yeah. If you did not look cute in your basketball uniform, your football uniform, you would not get into play for me. I know I was bad, but. I wanted to. No, you had to look right. Yeah, because.
Well, hold on, she didn't just say look right. She took her hands and went, "Gotta look right."
They had to look right.
Like she over here giving examples and stuff. What you was doing?
But there's something about them basketball uniforms I do like. It's just
what you was doing back in the day?
Talking about you dated what? You know I dated some football players, so stop acting. I dated back in my days, and don't you say it. Don't you say it. Nah. Whatever. So listen, next question. Listen, we are live in the studio 101 TKO Radio, and let's go with the next question. Black man and intimacy. Black men and.
We're professionals,
especially with. I want to know, how do y'all feel about intimacy and being a black man now in this era? So I'm not talking about the new ones, like the new generation, the 20-years, because they're showing a whole lot of affection to their girls and whatnot. I'm talking about our generation.
I don't know if I want that.
You
don't want that. Not this 2020 stuff.
Yeah,
you see what they're here doing?
They spin each other mouths
and not listening to me, closing the door on me. Oh, I'm going out with my boys, playing the video game.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, not that type of. I'm saying compared to what y'all been taught. This generation, our generation, because y'all are, how old are you?
They're the same
I'm
generation.
24.
You 24. You're not a millennial.
Oh dang, Prince! You ain't have to laugh like that, bro. you ain't have to laugh like that,
man. Your beard didn't go through the time. Your gray showing.
I'm 42. What they make?
Okay, so no, you Generation X. Okay, so generational X, because you're Generation X. Yeah, we don't have the same intimacy and dating and.
I was not shown.
I'm the baby in the group.
Yes,
so you're a millennial. Yeah. You're a millennial. So.
I was not shown.
Okay, so how do you feel now about intimacy as a black man?
Oh, I learned.
Okay, so you learned.
Like the 5 heartbeats, I learned. I learned.
You learned.
Man, listen, yeah.
How long did it take you to learn?
Not long. not long. I got dropped off in college on Sunday at 1:00.
You know what?
By 4.
By
4:30.
That wasn't intimacy.
By 4:30.
That was being a hot mess on campus.
But I mean, as I got older and you start learning that a lot of that stuff that people told you back in the day, it's BS.
Yeah, yeah.
Like literally, like when you have in your bedroom, there's so much that you can do.
Yeah, yeah.
And so much that as a couple that you can do.
Right.
You have to talk and express what you want.
Right.
Like the first thing is being
wait,
able.
hold on, wait. Rewind, say it again.
You have to first express. Like first of all, men aren't taught to express and conversate and say, hey,
Right.
like y'all supposed to know we like meat and potatoes.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like
that's what we were taught. But I learned that hey, and this is something I learned being married. You have to communicate.
Yeah.
I cannot read your mind.
Right.
I tried.
Right.
You're blocking me. She's like, you're blocking me. I'm like, what? It's like, so you have to, and that's the thing, and knowing it's okay. Like knowing that, you know what, we in our safe space. Yeah. I can say whatever I want. I said whatever I wanted to yesterday a couple times.
And
She's like,
and feel comfortable. And,
yeah. Like we send each other texts.
Yeah. Y'all be sending them nasty texts.
What?
Oh.
Well, hey, listen, I'll be at my desk like, you know what? And just
Chef be laughing at me when I send mine.
Why?
Because he's not used to you doing it.
I can give it. I probably know what you texting. I probably already know why. He probably looking like, what is this?
I can hear Chef now. I can hear Chef now. There's an Ohio boy.
Is it a proper sex text? I mean, sex text.
I be trying.
Do you know how?
I thought I did.
Do you know the rule?
These new kids, they start teaching me. I'm like.
If you're gonna send the emojis, you gotta make sure you know what they mean when you send
them. Are you sending paragraphs and instructions?
That's probably what it is. I be like, hey baby, how you doing? It's like probably like that. I'd be like, I love you.
We're not saying send an old school letter with the moon and the song and everything. We come out just sending a little quick text to say, hey, meet me. Nah, I gotta come with it straight. Like you said, maybe that's what it is. Wait, first of all, you gotta explain the text.
Intimacy has to be simple for me. You can't make it complicated. If they gotta read,
what it is.
Sexting is simple.
When a man put together a piece of furniture, does he read the instructions on the box?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
But you know what though? We missed
I am rare.
I mean, I'm gonna share with y'all one text. And it was just a picture of some lingerie on the bed. Mm-hmm. That let me know what this. That let me. You ain't gotta say nothing. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about what I could do.
See, he's talking about 4 pages. I don't be texting no 4 pages. You got Android, so that's why yours is. Wait a minute now. It don't be 4 pages. It just be like, it'd be a nice one because you got Android. Y'all keep going. If you had an iPhone, it would be one paragraph.
No, what that is, the message is so long, it puts all that stuff on it. Because that's how long the message is. It puts the time, the date, the mood, what song playing.
I be trying. Okay, so I just need to cut it down to 1 paragraph.
Name the paragraph. An image. Something.
Yeah. Just keep it simple.
Listen.
He talking about something.
I'm gonna have to get there.
It's not a letter. Okay, see if I write you another letter. See if I write you another letter.
You don't have to send no words. You can just take a picture or something.
So that's what this generation like, that type of intimacy. Y'all don't want the conversation.
No, you know the simple thing, men are visual. If I send him a picture, I can send him a picture of say my cleavage and nothing else in the picture. Right. He already know what's up. His mind has gone way off into the field of from starting into it and the end. He already knows.
I'll be there. Let me see that.
Why y'all can't read it?
Oh my God,
that's too much.
Because I did write, and I did like for the holiday. Like I love writing love letters. I do like love letters, right? I mean, it was long, but it expressed. I wrote a nice, 20-page, letter. Because I had, cute. But listen, we're going to take a quick break. We'll go back. I need to know what this intimacy is with this new generation.
I can't read that letter on the clock. That works.
With the Generation X, because he talking about 4 pages. It wasn't 4 pages on the text. It was, you got Android. That's what it is.
No, it was that long.
But
that was
talking about some book.
That was mile markers.
You know what? Listen, stay connected to 101 TKL Radio in the mail. We'll be right back.
He said books.
2, 1.
Listen, we are back live in the studio 101 TKO Radio in the mail room. Listen, we're having some good conversation with the men of the mail room, having this honest, transparent conversation. And we left on the question of what define intimacy as a black man. So Tank was giving us his thoughts on intimacy. LaRon, you want to? What's your DJ Johnny Prince? What's intimacy for you?
Oh man, intimacy is so beautiful. There's so many variations to it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it because of the variations. You know, like intimacy could be, intimacy could be a form of it.
Yeah.
But of course, it's definitely not it because I could, hold the door or my sister. They don't mean I'm putting it into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Holding up, having my hand in the leg at the side,
Yeah.
Whatever, there's so many variations of it. I think it's very, very important. I think it's very, very important. It's another level of connection.
Yeah.
It's a different level of connection.
Yeah.
It's different from sex.
Yeah.
Sex.
Yep.
Right.
And it doesn't also always have to refer to it.
Right. Yeah.
It could be a variety of things. It's standing next to each other in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah.
It's so much. That's what makes it so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important for anybody, for a couple, to experience intimacy.
Yeah.
You need that in a relationship. It is highly important. You just can't, pick a day and just, this is the day you want, have sex without no intimacy. Like you need that lead up.
Yeah.
The lead up is highly important. Now I'm not saying it's every single time, but to be able to experience that, to experience intimacy.
Yeah.
It makes the relationship that much better.
Yeah.
So I think it's very, very important. And what I'm finding out is y'all married, so y'all not outside dating.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm learning that there's a lot of this here. About 45, 50, 55-year-old women, because I don't date them.
Right.
And like the hugs are hard.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang.
Yeah, we can be. We can be. But that's why I want to get warm.
But I can say
I want
that
to get warm.
Really just beat them up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
After that marriage, some of them genuinely want somebody, but it's like the phone is so high.
Right.
Yeah.
Hair is so evident, that when you want to do it, it's hard for them to do it because it's been through so much BS.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, damn, I'm ugly, but I'm going on dates and everything. And it's like, I can see the fear.
Yeah.
I can see it, and it's so unheartening, it's so disheartening to see women go through it.
Yeah.
To be so fearful of love and to open up and to have a soft heart.
Yeah.
And to just be feminine and to listen. It's just so disheartening to see women not to just lead with the fear.
Yeah. That is true. It is true.
I can say that for her, for my wife. That's pretty much. I've been from 12 years old, going through my intimacy stage. Weird is to say. Unfortunately, started sex early, and I was in tune to the fact that there was a such thing as of intimacy, and so to be in a marriage now where I can implement intimacy is like a wonderful thing. And something that you said, Prince, like even right now for me, this is intimate because my woman is sitting next to me and is like journeying in something that I'm enjoying doing.
Yeah.
And it's even vice versa with her. And, like with her school situation, she's trying to start back school. I'm right there with her,
Right.
and that's an intimate form of seeing me seeing her get excited about the fact that, oh, dang, I'm finna start going back to school because I want to do this particular thing that I always wanted to do, that I had to pause for a moment, and now I'm having that moment. And I ain't saying that I'm gonna be able to take her classes for her, but just the opportunity for me to sit up here and say, I had something to do with helping her achieve that.
Yeah.
That I think that's a part of intimacy as well, just being a part of each other's dreams and achieving those, and I'm like, again, I go back to she's at I think for her, and she can correct me if I'm wrong, I think I'm a breath of fresh air when it comes to that intimacy part, because she was kind of hard in a sense.
Yeah.
She wasn't that like the first time I gave her a kiss was on her forehead.
Yeah.
A date. I was
And I was looking
yeah,
at you
like,
like,
she was in the car on the driver's side. She threw her hand out the window. I grabbed her hand out the window, cause and it wasn't a thing that I was at that moment. I wasn't trying to court her per se, but it was a gesture. Hey, I had a
You kissed her forehead.
forehead.
Oh, forehead.
Yeah, grabbed her by the hand. Yeah.
Little shit, little
Oh, man.
nothing shouting now. Little shivy.
But listen, I mean, I get that because our generation of women, we are, we are hard.
And you have to
let
go of take the locks off. Like really, if you're in a committed relationship, why should you fear intimacy and not be open?
Yeah.
You have somebody that you can explore.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like literally all.
So that's what y'all black men want. Y'all want that type of intimacy.
Particular black man. You can't do that for every black man because every black man take advantage of it.
Well, I'm saying like that's y'all generation. Y'all really want that
because we're learning.
Learning,
in my generation, I'm learning because I'll be 49 and Tori's 41, so we have a gap between us.
Yeah,
and so I have to learn things that she likes.
Right.
Is it safe to say that y'all generation was sex though?
No, it wasn't sex. It was more intimacy because, like, I admit my wife was like she was on it. Like women are the ones that are normally well advanced than men, and she just like, hey, these are the things that I like. Let's communicate about what we like and how we like. Like, let's talk about it and not be afraid. Like, it's not. Nobody gonna jump out and spank you,
right?
Because we were told not to talk about it as kids.
Hold that thought. We gotta take a quick break. When we get back, we're gonna wrap this up. And intimacy in black men. We'll be right back live on 101 TKO Radio and the mail room.
One.
That's it.
Listen, we are back in the studio live, 101 TKO Radio in the mail room. We're about to wrap this conversation up, y'all. Listen, we were talking about black man and intimacy and this generation giving me some tips and even a millennial giving me some tips on y'all black men, because what y'all want now. Which y'all really want.
It's not what we want. You want it too.
I do, but it's a lot of work.
You got no, it's not
like that. That's so the problem is who is the problem, huh? Now you in counseling today.
I'm in counseling.
Yes,
so
yes.
Me and my counselor already know.
TMR Black Men Council. We are not in session. Listen.
So TaShon,
Chef has reported to us some violations.
Y'all want, that's too much.
You don't understand.
You want heels? You want all them stilettos?
You
Y'all
want
want
to do that?
uniform
No.
costumes?
You ain't gotta do that.
You can customize it.
You ain't gotta do that.
You can customize it.
Start with the basics. What's the girl name?
Sneakers.
Nope. T-shirt.
You know what?
Put the heels on and let him
thing.
hold you while you got them on. You ain't gotta walk in them. You don't have to walk in them. I pick a position, I stand there in them, and he do the rest. I'm not feeling hard like this. You
But she leaned to the side.
I'm just saying, eventually you'll figure out, okay, I can hike my leg up a little bit with it.
As long as they are on your foots, you are.
That's enough.
I'm being my tank.
I mean, and I'm gonna be and put an outfit together with it.
Yeah.
Put the snow boots.
Now he know now springtime. I'm good. Shoot, I'm sundress season. Oh shoot.
No, we're not talking about.
Oh chef.
We talking about.
Oh chef. Did y'all see what he wrote?
I mean.
You agree? What you say?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Double H.
You know
what you need to do?
Yes.
That can go vice
Sure.
versa.
You need to find some platform flat shoes.
I got
There you
I have
go.
some platform.
Wear
There you
the,
go.
no. Wear the
now
boots.
now that
Wear
he
the
knows
black
it's
boots.
there and you're not acting
Okay,
like
so
he's like, hey.
okay, so my mind has to be decluttered. That's what I'm working on for 2023.
Mm-hmm.
As a businesswoman, because that's the biggest challenge, is because my mind literally is all business.
I take
but
intimate moments on my break.
Okay, I could do that.
And I say,
I
I need a break, and I go say, hey, I need a break.
He said,
you feel like doing some work?
For later conversation. You know what? Shut up. You already put it out there. Don't know. If that's what you want, guess what? I'm going to get me some, and you better hold me up too. You better hold me up. Because if I come in here limping next week, and Nelson them gonna see me limping,
she
you don't know. Tell me, where's the plush lady at? Janice them and Erica them, they're my coaches. And Lisa them are my coaches. So if I come in here limping next week, it's y'all's fault. That's all I'm saying.
Hey. Your job is to have him limping. Chef, I'm trying to hook you up, Chef. But that's what we want, though.
I can't stand y'all.
We want to be in a slight
This is
coma.
supposed to be about y'all.
This is about us.
We're telling you, we want to end up in a slight coma.
All right, so what? You know what? I got a great answer for you.
What?
This is what you do, right?
What?
You
What you say, resuscitation?
Johnny Chris, a couple times.
Hey, Shell, you let her put her favorite wing seasoning on. And do you think you look at yourself as a wing? I guarantee you.
Hold
She
on.
said it ain't even gonna happen.
Hold on.
Giving her advice for 2024. I mean, if it take me a year, well, no, actually, I started last year, so this is the year. Because remember, we started in 2021.
Okay.
2022.
Do you know that there's a
your
chemical
year,
and hormone?
You said what?
There's a chemical and hormone
Mm-hmm.
that is shared between you two during that time that actually increases your bond.
That's my break. That's
She
my
need
break
a
time.
kickstart.
Yes.
Well, this is because I've been planning since the last 2 years, 2021, 22. So 23 years.
Ain't no planning.
Ain't no
Just
planning.
Oh my God, you've been playing.
I mean, we planned it long enough. It's time to ebb and flow.
Because I'm a planner.
Stop.
I know.
Stop it.
Okay, stop. Okay. I'm a planner. Now, why y'all think I be writing letters?
Chef, make her put that notebook down.
I do. What chapter be get on me and my pencils? Y'all know I love my pencils and notebooks.
So instead of writing a 20-page letter, take 20 minutes and do a freak session and just.
Okay.
Even if you ain't doing it.
Do you hear this?
Chef,
I do be planning.
Chef, pop in there and say, here, right with this.
Yeah.
Sit in the chair.
I do be planning. Okay, so don't plan.
So you sit in your office with a notebook and plan out the night?
Okay, so why would you be the piece of
And
paper?
you be writing it down?
No, wait a minute. No, ma'am.
Why would you be a piece of paper?
You know what?
She ain't even in her retirement, but she'll plan.
And hey, Chef,
I did plan my retirement. Y'all just didn't come.
Chef, I want you to walk in that room and say, here, right with this.
Yeah, why would you be a piece of paper?
I believe you do.
Listen, we gotta wrap it up. Look, y'all, I can't stand y'all, but I'm gonna do better. This is the 2023 year for y'all black men and intimacy. So women, ladies, if you're out there like me,
please don't write it down.
Y'all heard it here live on the mail room from all three men. Nelson, you got something to add to that? You agree with them? No planning.
Coming in the bedroom.
I need you to read paragraph 1.
And we're going to not plan, ladies. We're not going to plan for those.
Hey, we ain't even playing in role playing. We just gonna play.
We just gonna do it. We gotta wrap it up. It's time to go. You know what? You know, I be like, stop. I be like, it's not.
Hey, ain't no time limit.
I gotta go do this. I gotta go wrap it up with the TMR thing. I got work to do. So wait a minute.
Goodness.
But y'all, listen, this has been really good. I appreciate y'all. Of course, I love y'all to life. I love y'all to life. That is the purpose of the mail room, is to have this honest and just transparent dialogue. Shut up, Chef. You know what? I can't stand y'all. Thank you, Nelson. Nelson, you fired because you didn't even try to. You didn't even try to mute the mics or nothing. You just sit over there agreeing or whatever. And Lisa, you fired too because you try to give me all this stuff to do.
No, I am here to help you, sis. I have given you tips.
I'm trying to tell y'all, if I come back in here limping, I'm Lisa them.
Hey,
and then I put. Oh wow.
Hey, listen.
You just gave him a little bit and he said it ran a whole hour, girl.
Hey, make sure you turn the ceiling fan on medium. You don't want to try and grab it on high.
Listen, y'all, it's been real. I love y'all to life. I love y'all dearly.
Love you,
Listen, thank you so much, Johnny Prince, for hanging in there with us today. This is just the beginning of 2023. We got a whole year of just stuff. We got conversations, y'all, and we want y'all to tune in every Saturday. What time? 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. live on 101 TKO Radio. I'm going to take these tips. No more letters. Can I write one more letter?
No!
No more letters? Okay, no more letters? Okay. So
Chef, I told you with the hey, grab that pen.
So I gotta, Lisa said I gotta do my intimate moments. No letters. Send the sexy
Put the
emojis.
Action. Don't send the letter. Do the action.
Don't do.
No words.
No words. Look, Mom, no hands. That's
Yes.
So, listen, live one-on-one TKO Radio. Make sure you tune in every week. Same time, same place. We are back, y'all. Happy New Year. Tank the Sports Guy. LaRon, Mr. Takeover. Lisa, y'all, listen. This is where we're going to finish that conversation with TMR After Dark.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Okay, more information coming about that soon. So, listen.
And Chef gonna be there.
Listen, tune in. We will be back next week, same time, same place. We're out. We love y'all. Peace.
Good show.
Johnny?
Nah, he hung up a while.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
I've heard people say that, but to meet someone who actually planned on